Welcome back, everyone, to O'Neill's Grill for our weekly Fan and Press Luncheon with JMU Associate Head Basketball Coach Rob O'Driscoll. Sometimes you have to have somebody else step up, particularly when somebody's playing hurt. And Coach Brady under the weather with a touch of the flu, so he's not with us today. So we're delighted, as we usually have Coach O'Driscoll come in generally about once a year, I think.
Every once in a while. I think it's been a couple years since my last appearance, but it feels great to be back.
Well, good. We're glad to have you here. We're going to talk about a couple of games the Dukes played last week as you're in the midst of a three-game homestand. And take us back a little bit, the Delaware game, a good win for the Dukes against a team that was really on the rise, at least at that point of the season.
Yeah, Delaware is a good team. They started off the stretch. They lost their first 10 games of the year, so a lot of people are a little bit misled by the record, but they have a great player in Kyle Anderson and another good player in Marvin King Davis, who were injured early on in the season. And obviously King Davis had a great game against us, scoring 31 points. But Delaware's right in the middle of the pack of the CAA. They're having a solid season in the league, and they're a good team. They're definitely a better team than their record indicates. So we were happy to come away with the win. Our guys fought hard. We put up 88 points, which was a good offensive showing for us, and I think we were excited to go into Saturday's game off that win.
You did give up 82 points against the Blue Hens, but your game plan was to keep Holden in front. Kyle Holden, could be a Rookie of the Year candidate, or is a Rookie of the Year candidate in the CAA, as well as keep Anderson limited on not only 3 points made, but 3-point opportunities, and the Dukes did a nice job of that. Where does the credit go to that?
Yeah, I mean, our game plan coming in was to always know where Kyle Anderson was in the zone and always kind of have two guys on Corey Holden as he drove. And I think we did a great job of that. The other thing was, Marvin King Davis obviously had his career high and played a great game. And we still would rather have King Davis taking the shot than Kyle Anderson taking an open three or Corey Holden driving all the way to the basket. So our game plan worked very well in that. We didn't want to obviously give up 82 points or let King Davis have so many good looks, but he got to the foul line a lot. He made 11 of 13, I think, free throws, and he converted on a lot of shots, but he did take 17 or 18 shots, and 17 or 18 shots from him versus 12 open threes from Anderson. We'd rather take that, because Kyle Anderson, he gets 12 open threes, he could have 36 points, so that's what we wanted in our game plan.
Coming up, then, you face the Tribe of William & Mary, second go-round against the Tribe. What did you learn about William & Mary the first time, and where did things break down for you here the second time?
I think we played William & Mary okay down there, and obviously we came in, our game plan was to try to get out and contest shooters, obviously keep Marcus Thornton in check, and midway through the first half we stopped scoring. It kind of reminded me of a couple seasons ago when we went to the NCAA tournament. We had that team with Devon and AJ as seniors. We played Drexel one game up there. I think in early February, we were stuck on 9 for 12 minutes in the first half, and that was kind of the William & Mary game. It was 12-8, and we were stuck on 8. We didn't really do a great job keeping them from scoring, but more importantly than that, we didn't score ourselves. And I think in a run like that, if you get a basket, it picks up your defense that much more. And we had some good looks during that time period, and I think when you don't score a couple times in a row, the next couple times down court, you start pressing. And before we knew it, the run had gotten away from us. But even getting down, I think 37-8 in the first half, our kids made a run and pulled it to 21 at halftime, and then in the second half we got it to as close as 15. And our kids didn't give up; they were fighting, and we had the game plan at the halftime that, hey, Delaware came back down from 16 in the second half against William & Mary. We did it a week ago at Hofstra. We were down 14 in the second half and came back and won. So our game plan going into the second half was to come back and win the game, and we made 14 threes in the game, but obviously we. Getting down 37-8 in the first half was too hard to overcome for our guys.
What was the defensive strategy going up against the Tribe? We've seen very good success with the 3-2 zone. Mm-hmm. Northeastern did a pretty good job against it, though, on the road. And, of course, William & Mary kind of busted it from the outside. They bombed away at you. Yeah,
we wanted to play them zone and mix up zone and man-to-man. We came out zone, and they got too many open good looks. And then we went man-to-man pretty much the rest of the game, and I think we did okay in that. William & Mary's an unbelievable offensive team, and they probably have the CAA Player of the Year in Marcus Thornton, and I think their offensive efficiency is like 6th in the country. So in the second half, we really were scoring, and the guys were making threes, and we were getting out in transition and wanting to press a little bit. But I don't think any team in the league has really stopped William and Mary or done a great job of stopping William and Mary. So they're give them credit where credit's due. They're a very good offensive team, and man or zone, they're going to be effective against either one.
Jackson Kent back-to-back career-high 19 points against Delaware as well as William and Mary. Ron Curry's given you much more consistent play game to game on the floor. Are you starting to see some consistency develop player to player as we get down here?
I
and
think
make
our
the
guys,
turn?
our guy obviously, Saturday was a difficult game for us, but our guys are pretty resilient. I mean, we lost to Valpo and we came back and beat Towson. We lost to Northeastern, came back and beat Hofstra. We lost to William and Mary, and we're going to go in Wednesday night focused. But I think our guys are developing, consistency. And we are 6-4 in the conference, but we've lost to Northeastern and William and Mary twice each, and they're number 1 and 2 in the league with Wilmington being tied. So we like where our team's at. We like the consistency that our guys keep working hard, and we have 8 games left on the schedule, and we're going to try to go out and get a big win Wednesday night.
2 games remain against UNCW, which is currently in second place, tied with Northeastern at 7-3. That game is Wednesday night. They have a new head coach. What can we expect to see when they come to the combo for Wednesday night, 7 o'clock tip-off?
Well, Kevin Keats is doing a great job down there, and it's obviously his first year at the program, and he comes from Louisville and Rick Pitino, and he's a good coach. He's been to Hargrave for a number of years and had a great program there. So he's really got them playing hard and playing well. They will press us for probably 40 minutes. They like to drive the ball a lot. They have a lot of good players that are good shooters, so we got to be focused and ready to come play.
You say they're going to press, so what does that mean in terms of your guard play? Ron Curry's playing a lot of minutes. Will we see a lot of Joey McLean? How will you try to handle that?
Joey will be in the game, and with Winston and Jackson in the game, we just have to break the press. Ron's done a great job with it his whole career, really. And Joey will obviously do a good job when he's in the game. He'll probably play a little bit more than he's played in the past. But game to game, Joey, ever since he's been back, has pretty much been playing, 15 to 25 minutes a game, depending upon how foul trouble or everything else goes. So he'll be in the lot.
Hari Hall's had some illness as well as injuries. Do we know? Do we have a status report on his availability this week?
Yeah, his knee was bothered in the Hofstra game last Saturday. He was out, and then he got the flu. Haven't checked yet with our trainer today, but he should. We're hoping he's back and being able to play on Wednesday.
All right, very good. We'll open it up to other members of the media here at O'Neill's Grill with our weekly fan and press luncheon with JMU Associate Head Coach Rob O'Driscoll.
Hey, how's it going? Can you compare how this team played against William and Mary on Saturday to how they played against Northeastern on the road? There seem to be some parallels in that. They just kind of lost the game in the first couple minutes, and the other team just kind of got away from them.
Yeah, those are 2 similar games, and I think when we went up to Northeastern, we had a good game plan. Obviously, we played Northeastern here. We had a 9-point lead at half, and we got down early in the first half. Sometimes that happens in a game. We got down early and big against Hofstra too, but fortunately against Hofstra we were able to come back. But those 2 games were pretty similar, the William and Mary game at home and the Northeastern game a week ago. And that we did get down big in the first half, and we weren't able to quite get back over the hump.
From that game to the game on Saturday, did you see any progress from the team? I mean, they were able to get back into the game at least as much as they could in the second half against William and Mary.
Yeah, I mean, our guys, they never quit. I mean, we're pretty resilient, and even coming off a big loss, we're gonna rebound and be ready for Wednesday. And obviously, getting down with such a big lead, there's no 30-point shot. We can't just step back from the opposite foul line and throw it 75 feet and hope we get 30 points. So our guys kept chipping away at the lead, but I guess a team like William and Mary that's so good offensively and so talented with guys like Marcus Thornton, even when you cut it to 15, if they make 1 or 2 threes, it's right back to 21. So it was hard to overcome. But our guys fought. And I think Jackson Kent had an open look to cut it to 14 with like 5 minutes to go, which made us hopefully could have pulled us another step closer.
And what have you seen from Jackson Kent this season in terms of how he's progressed, and what more does he need to do to kind of reach his potential that he can reach this season?
I think he's progressed well. I mean, last year he had a solid freshman season, and this year he's kind of been thrust into a starting role, and he's been our leading scorer for us, obviously our best 3-point shooter, and he's been solid on the defensive end as well. So he just needs to keep working on his strength, which is a big deal, and he's getting stronger every day. And he's in the gym just as much as anybody else on the team, and he's a gym rat, which is a credit to him. So he's really developed well from his freshman to sophomore year, and he's still only a sophomore. He's got 2 years to get better.
Matt has talked a few times this season about how he feels like you guys, your younger players, are pressing during home games for whatever reason. Is that something you see, and do you guys feel almost more comfortable on the road?
Well, I wouldn't say we feel more comfortable on the road. Obviously, it's great to play in front of your home fans and your home environment, and the combo was outstanding on Saturday, especially when our guys were hitting threes in the second half and coming back. And I think, when Tarpey missed the dunk and we got the ball to Winston and he made a three in the corner, that was as loud as the combo I've heard all year, and it was pretty good. But I think when you go on the road and it's just you and it's just your players and maybe a couple fans there, I think I'm not saying it's easier to focus, but I think sometimes there's a more of a focus where in front of all your friends and family at home, if you're pressing a little bit, sometimes that can come into play at home.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the atmosphere at the combo on Saturday. For whatever reason, attendance has been down this year. I haven't looked at the exact numbers, but I think it might be the lowest attendance in 10 seasons for you guys. Do you feel like with that big crowd you had on hand that you guys might have lost your chance to really pull in home support for these last
No, not at all. I think, our fans are great. And, for whatever reason, we had a great crowd at the William & Mary game. We had a great crowd. UVA was the first sold-out game in 20 years. And I think our fans are great. And, fortunately, we were able to just not lay over and die and give them an exciting second half. And we want to be able to provide a great product for the guys on the court. So I don't think we lost them at all. I mean, obviously we didn't win the game and we got down big in the first half. But, our kids, I'll give them credit. They keep fighting, they keep playing hard, and I think it's an exciting team to watch. So I don't think we lost any of our fans on Saturday.
Any idea how to explain the drop in attendance this year?
No, I don't. Too many home games, maybe? That's my fault. Maybe
Maybe
if we only have one home game, we'll have, everybody will want to come see the product. So.
Yeah, and then from your perspective, since I haven't really talked to you about this stuff, compared to years past, I mean, what's it been like dealing with the distractions this year off the court? Has that been a challenge just to stay focused on basketball for you guys?
I don't think so. Our guys are pretty good about staying focused on basketball. So, there's off-the-court problems at any school, at any program. So I think our guys, once you come to practice, you focus on practice. Once the games are there, you focus on the game. So I don't think it's a problem at all.
Coach, I think it was Ron who tweeted out over the weekend, this team's going to offer a better performance on Wednesday. Did you see something after the game and the team's demeanor that they took this loss maybe Saturday a little harder than maybe they have some of the others this season?
Yeah, our guys were fired up. I mean, even at halftime they had that attitude. Like they were upset about the first half, and obviously you play 40 minutes, but I think for 10 minutes in the first half we didn't play well at all, and the lid was kind of on the basket for us, and that's kind of deflating because our guys were coming over to the bench, and it's hard to get them going when you're down 10 and now you're down 20 and now you're down 25. But even at halftime, our guys had a chip on their shoulder and they wanted to come back. And being down 21, it's hard to come all the way back and overcome that and take the lead. And we weren't able to do it. But our guys pretty much have carried that chip on the shoulder from halftime. And fortunately, the next time to get on the court is Wednesday. So I think we're going to be fired up and ready to go on Wednesday.
Coming into the final leg of the season, some of your guys have played a lot of minutes. How do you, in practice, still practice them, keep them shooting, but yet still rest them both physically and mentally?
We had a day off yesterday, which obviously the NCAA makes you take a day off every week, and normally with Wednesday and Saturday games we do take Sunday off. And then we'll practice hard today, and then a little bit later the day before the game. And then obviously on Wednesday's game we'll practice hard on Thursday and a little bit later the day before the game, so our legs are fresh and kind of mentally and physically fresh.
Coach O'Driscoll, thank you for making your first appearance in 2 seasons here at O'Neill's Grill. Best of luck this week. The Dukes facing the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington Wednesday night. Tip-off is 7 o'clock. And then on the road to face the Towson Tigers. It's a 2 o'clock game.
Correct.
On Saturday. That's right. So the Dukes, 1 home and 1 road game this week before we return next Monday. And hopefully Coach Brady will be back on the mend and back here for next Monday's edition of our Fan and Press Luncheon. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this week.
Appreciate it.
And thanks to everyone for coming out here to O'Neill's Grill. In fact, O'Neill's Grill will be catering at the game before tomorrow night's ball game for the Duke Club members. So we look forward to seeing Tim and Monica out the combo on Wednesday night. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.
Thanks, Kirk.